Jalen Green showed a very impressive list in his rookie season. He's one of 2 rookies to have 5 straight 30-point games in their first NBA season. You know who else is on that list? Mr. Allen Iverson. That's pretty impressive, right? Well, if that wasn't impressive for you, maybe his 30-point game in his 3rd ever NBA game against the Boston Celtics, the team that ended up making the NBA Finals. Maybe that was impressive too. But even if that doesn't get the job done, he dropped 41 against the Atlanta Hawks in the final game of the season. But even if that doesn't get the job done, well, in his last 9 games, he averaged 28.1 points a night while shooting and making 4.6 threes and about 8 attempts a night at a 43% clip. Now, not only are Houston Rocket fans extremely excited about year 2 for Jalen Green, but NBA fans from all across the country, all across the world are also very excited for year 2 of Jalen Green. I want to break down some statistics to just paint the picture why I think Jalen Green is the franchise piece for the Houston Rockets. And I think everybody who follows basketball, is a fan of basketball, especially if you're a Houston Rocket fan, shout out to y'all, H-Town, you'll know who Jalen Green is, and you'll know he is the Houston Rockets' best player. And that's no shade meant for Şengün, Jabari, KPJ. There's just something special about Jalen Green. In the first 43 games of the season, the Houston Rockets offense was extremely dysfunctional. In fact, the Houston Rockets team was extremely dysfunctional. Year 2, kind of your first full year of the post-James Harden era, you have a lot of new faces on your team, but most importantly, you have a lot of young faces on your team. The pairing of Christian Wood and Daniel Tice banging it down low in the paint with a less than 30% three-point shooter with Jae'Sean Tate at the small forward position, there was no floor spacing and there was no offense really in any way, shape, or form except some flashes, like the 3rd game where Jalen dropped 30, for the Houston Rockets offense. So the last 24 games are really the sample size you want to look at when you're talking about Jalen Green. And if you want to make any predictions or if you even want to make any bets on Jalen Green's 2nd season, you're going to want to listen up here because, like I said, Jae'Sean Tate at the 3, less than 30% career 3-point shooter, Christian Wood, Daniel Tice down low in the paint, it was not fun. If you were watching Houston Rocket games, you were probably really only watching for Jalen Green or KPJ because Alperen Şengün wasn't getting much playing time. We were losing a lot of basketball games. It just wasn't the most fun thing. So, what did he do? Well, he got his 3-point percentage up from 31.1 to 38.7, which is always great. But more importantly, he got his field goal percentage from 38.7 to 47.6. He became a lot more efficient. He even got his turnovers down from 2.2 to 1.6 a night. But everyone kind of looks at the points statistic when you're looking at especially explosive and freakily athletic players like Jalen Green. Well, he did that too. Like I said, in the last 9 games of the season, he averaged almost 29 points per game. But first half of the season, 14.6 a night. So it wasn't anything bad. It's just when you dig deeper, you look at the Houston Rockets offense and you look at Jalen Green's shooting percentages, it makes a whole lot of sense. I think, if anything, it's kind of impressive he was able to put up about 15 points a night with those shooting splits with that Houston Rockets offense. So he goes from 14.6 a night to 22.1 a night. Well, he also gets his rebounds up from 3.1 to 3.8 and his assists from 2.3 to 3.2. Basically, Jalen Green became finally the centerpiece of the Houston Rockets offense. It wasn't just flashy dunks. It wasn't just transitional flashy plays, though. He was taking 8 threes a night. He was taking 17.3 shots a night. So we truly got to see Jalen Green flash. And I know there's a lot of talk about his KPJ, the point guard that set up Jalen Green. I think, if anything, they complement each other. And if it adds anything to you guys, Jalen Green today in Houston Rockets day 2 of their training camp reportedly was a standout on the defensive end. And if you were watching the Houston Rockets in the first half and the second half, you noticed a lot of improvements on the defensive end from Jalen Green. But if you really want to talk about KPJ, if he's going to be able to be the guy to set up Jalen Green. Well, it's just not that he was dropping 30 a night like Jalen was. He was dropping 22 a night. He was giving you 5 rebounds, 8 assists. He was hitting game winners. KPJ is right there behind him, and I think this backcourt is really going to flash this upcoming season, but specifically Jalen Green. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you want more Houston Rockets content, go ahead, subscribe to my Houston Rockets Daily YouTube channel. The link is down below in the bio. I'll also pin it as a comment. But I want to hear a stat prediction from Jalen Green from you guys down below in the comment section. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. I will see you guys at the first home opening game of the season. Peace.